It was a crisp December day in 2015, the kind that carries the bite of winter in the air, even in the bustling city of Shanghai. The sky was overcast, casting a somber mood over the city's financial district, where Guo Guangchang, the chairman of Fosun International, had his office. Guo was known as the Chinese Warren Buffett, a billionaire whose investments spanned the globe, from Club Med to Cirque du Soleil. On this particular day, however, an unusual tension seemed to hang in the air, as if the city itself sensed the impending disruption. Guo had a packed schedule that day, filled with meetings and calls that stretched from morning until late afternoon. He was last seen at a company meeting where he discussed future investments and strategies with his team. His colleagues noticed nothing amiss. Guo was his usual composed and charismatic self, steering the conversation with his characteristic blend of insight and ambition. Yet, as evening approached, an unsettling silence fell. Guo Guangchang did not return to his office, nor did he contact his staff or family. By nightfall, whispers began to circulate within the company and beyond. Guo Guangchang was missing. The disappearance of such a high-profile figure sent shockwaves through the business community. Rumors spread like wildfire, and the media speculated endlessly about his whereabouts. Had he been detained? Was it a kidnapping? The uncertainty was palpable, and the mood in Shanghai turned from mere curiosity to palpable anxiety. The stock market reacted swiftly, with shares in Fosun International plummeting as investors panicked. In the following days, it became clear that he had been taken by authorities. Fosun International issued a brief statement, confirming that Guo was assisting with an investigation, a euphemism that did little to quell the growing unease. The exact nature of the investigation was shrouded in mystery, but it was widely understood that this was part of President Xi Jinping's broader anti-corruption campaign. Guo's case was among the first high-profile incidents that signaled a new era of stringent control and oversight by the Chinese government over its wealthiest and most influential citizens. China's rise as a global economic powerhouse has been nothing short of remarkable. Over the past few decades, it has transformed from a largely agrarian society into the world's second-largest economy. However, this transformation has not been without its tensions. At the heart of China's economic evolution lies a constant tug-of-war between the principles of communism and the forces of capitalism. This dichotomy is especially evident when examining the situation in Hong Kong, a city that stands as a microcosm of these conflicting ideologies. Hong Kong offers a vivid example of China's struggle between communism and capitalism. As a former British colony, Hong Kong developed under a different system, with a strong emphasis on free markets, rule of law, and individual freedoms. When Hong Kong was handed back to China in 1997, under the One Country, Two Systems framework, it was meant to retain its capitalist economy and distinct legal and political systems for 50 years. Initially, this arrangement allowed Hong Kong to continue thriving as an international financial hub. However, the Chinese government's increasing intervention in Hong Kong's affairs has highlighted the difficulties of balancing these two systems. Pro-democracy protests in Hong Kong.
The officers jumping out of vans to tackle whoever they could catch.
Most notably, in 2014 and 2019, were a direct response to perceived encroachments by Beijing on Hong Kong's autonomy and freedoms. The 2020 imposition of the national security law in Hong Kong by the Chinese government was a turning point. This law significantly curbed freedoms in Hong Kong and brought it more in line with mainland China's strict political controls. Critics argue that this move undermines the one country, two systems principle, effectively eroding the capitalist and democratic features that made Hong Kong unique. And with this ongoing power struggle, it only made sense some of the wealthiest names in China would get caught in the crossfire. January 2017. The founder of Tomorrow Group, Xiao Jianhua, was reportedly abducted from his residence in Hong Kong's Four Seasons Hotel and taken to mainland China. Jianhua controlled a vast financial empire, which made his sudden disappearance even more startling. February 2018. The chairman of CEFC China Energy, Jianming, was detained by Chinese authorities amid a corruption investigation. Ye's company had been a significant player in global energy markets. July 2018. Although not a billionaire, the high-profile actress Fan Bingbing's disappearance for several months due to a tax evasion investigation highlighted the broader trend of high-profile figures vanishing from public view. Fan was one of China's most famous actresses, making her disappearance particularly shocking. And then there's October 2020. Probably the biggest disappearance of all. This not only sent shockwaves throughout China, but globally as well, all the way to the US.
We get to the mystery now surrounding tech tycoon Jack Ma. The billionaire founder of China's giant online retailer Alibaba has not been seen in public since October, when he blasted Chinese regulators in a speech that drew fire from China's leaders.
He is very powerful, very wealthy, and generally a very public figure. But since giving this speech that was critical of China's government, Jack Ma hasn't been seen in public, and now many are questioning, where is Jack Ma?
Although he re-emerged in January 2021 with a toned-down public appearance, Ma's criticism had come just before the planned IPO of Ant Group, which was subsequently halted by regulators. And although he re-emerged just 4 months later, some of his peers couldn't say the same. Xiao Jianhua remains in custody, and much of his business empire has been dismantled under state supervision. His prolonged detention underscores the severity with which the Chinese government can handle perceived threats. Jianming's whereabouts are still unclear, and CEFC China Energy has been significantly downsized and restructured. Although rumors are he's still being detained, the uncertainty around his status reflects the opaque nature of the Chinese legal and political system. The disappearances of these high-profile individuals have been closely linked to the Chinese government's tightening grip on power and its crackdown on corruption and dissent. President Xi Jinping's administration has been particularly aggressive in consolidating power and ensuring that no individual or entity becomes too influential outside the control of the Communist Party.